Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is an interesting evening. We've got Cardano rolling out smart contracts today. Nervos Network putting together a nice upward trend. We're going to get into some of this price action. I've got some interesting news to cover today. We're going to go into the charts. We're going to take a look at the Bitcoin dominance, the DXY, the US dollar, kind of see if we can predict what's going to happen with Bitcoin, since it is the driver of the market. And Cardano officially rolling out smart contract capabilities. What does that mean for Cardano? Can it hit $10 this year? And yeah, I got an interesting article here on the most commonly held liquid assets across crypto, venture, and hedge fund portfolios. I wanted to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk a little about Nervos and some of their fundamentals with their recent hackathon, but I wanted to just touch on their universal passport and universal apps. And so we got some interesting content. We're going to try to make this quick. We're going to breeze right through some critical information for you guys, so stick with it. Kicking off with CKB, we've got a new trading range, just like we talked about in the last video. This trading range right here extends all the way back to early March. So we hit resistance here in this ladder that when we climbed our way up to 4 cents, these zones were critical resistance levels along the way. As you guys can see here, we in and around March 12th, we tested the 0175, and then around March 20th, we tested the 022 and 023. So these zones, and then we can see even on our way down, we had this dead cat bounce or whatever you want to call it over here after that downtrend back in May, in June, May, June, and stuff like that. Hit this downtrend. You can see here we had this dead cat bounce, and we bounced off this 024, and that sort of pushed us down all the way to the bottom. But these zones have historical significance, and as you guys could see, we tested. We had a nice RS flip here on August 18th, where we turned the 013 into support, and this 013 has been our stable ground here for a while. And one thing with Nervos I've noticed is that it always tests where it's going to go, right? So you see these wicks go up, and that's just the price feeling out its future potential there. So yeah, so we broke up through the 0175, and then we came back down and tested the 013 for the bounce back up. And right now we have found support on the 0175, and so this is the new trading range, and we will start to test that the 2 cent mark very, very soon. So CKB looking really good right now, and Cardano, we've got smart contract functionality rolling out, and so the Cardano summit is set to for next week. So the Cardano Summit should host a bunch of new announcements. So I know there's a bunch of projects just waiting to launch on the Cardano blockchain now. So Sunday Swap, there's Mend, there's a bunch of different projects getting ready to launch. So I do expect there to be many announcements coming up over the next few weeks in the Cardano camp. So keep your eye on this one. This one should go up to at least $5, I would say, over the course of the next couple of months. And not financial advice, obviously, but yeah, Cardano looking pretty strong right now, but just doing the sideways thing right now, 254. But yeah, so maximum price range for Cardano this cycle, I would say somewhere between $12 and $15. That's what the Elliott wave theory suggests. I had $11, but some other analysts are saying 14 could go up to $14. So we will see what happens there. So Bitcoin dominance on the downtrend. Altcoins should be doing pretty well if Bitcoin can hold this level. If Bitcoin can hold this level, I do think altcoins are going to do pretty well. Let's take a look in at Bitcoin right now at $46,000, and definitely got itself a bounce. So looking really good. You guys can ignore this, and Bitcoin dominance all the way down to the 40% or 40% mark. So 60% of capital is flowing into altcoins. So that's a good thing. DXY, the US dollar, on an uptrend, but not, I do think it's starting to make a downtrend here. So this could be really good for cryptocurrency. The value of the US dollar does have an inverse relationship with Bitcoin, if you haven't heard that before. And it is up. So Bitcoin has been struggling against the US dollar. So investments, people put their money where, where it's safest. So when the US dollar becomes safe and is looking pretty stable and pretty strong, people rally, put their money in something stable and safe. So so Bitcoin looking pretty good right now. So I do think altcoins are going to do pretty well. Market's a little investors are a little skittish right now. So the most commonly held liquid assets across crypto, venture, and hedge fund portfolios. So so I wanted to bring this. I mentioned this in my previous video, so I wanted to pull this up. So this is an article that came out back in June, but I thought it was interesting. It was an interesting study that was done, and so Polkadot #1 out of hedge funds, Terra, Near Protocol, Oasis, Solana, Keep, Maker, and Nervos. So Nervos was tied with Maker and Keep, and Solana was just 1 point ahead of Nervos Network in most commonly held liquid asset across crypto, ventures, and hedge fund portfolios. So pretty interesting. Obviously people do their, people with money, big bucks, whales, they've got money and they're going to do their research, right? So I do think that big things are in future for Nervos Network. Universal apps. So I want to talk a little bit about this today. I'm going to dive into a little clip from one of the members of one of the engineers over at the Nervos team, and he's going to explain something real quick here. So I just wanted you guys take a quick look at this.
So let's do a quick review, right? So for Bitcoin users, they come from Bitcoin wallets, and then for Ethereum users, they come from the Ethereum wallets, right? And then these are the blockchain users that they already have their current preferred interface to access the blockchain world. And then Nervos network, Nervos will fit anywhere, regardless how they choose to access, right? Either from the point of view of Bitcoin or point of view of Ethereum or any other blockchains. So Nervos will be there, and Nervos also connects with all these networks. But that's not really the whole story, right? So there is this much larger base of internet users, and for them, what we believe the natural onboarding to the blockchain world is through Nervos, because Nervos is able to plug directly into their current tools, and then their current and even future tools, right? So whether it's laptop computers with secure enclaves or mobile devices with cryptographic solutions like these secure chips that they can preserve. Like it's almost like a hardware wallet within a mobile device, right? So they can directly use their current devices to access the decentralized world through Nervos. So this is what we call the Universal Passport. And then it doesn't matter where you come from, and we're able to meet where you are and bring you all these assets from different networks and present them in front of users. So it's for a solution for a fully decentralized world, but provide a almost centralized like user experience. So at the last point, even Nervos Network is in the middle, but because of Nervos Network's crypto economics, right? So the more users that we serve and the more applications that we have, and that will drive the demand for Nervos cryptocurrency, and which will make Nervos Network more secure and then make it more attractive as this gateway or passport to the digital economy for all different types of users.
So that was Kevin Wang. He's the one of the co-founders of the Nervos Network. So as you guys could tell, so even the founders of the Nervos Network, they truly understand the value in building up the net, the overall price value of CKB to protect the security of the networks. That is a good sign. So as you guys know, right now, Nervos Network has 27 billion coins in circulation, and and with the halving coming up in 2023, I just think that the overall projection for CKB, every time that there's user adoption, we're going to see an increase in the value of the coin, but more importantly than the price, their system is distinctly different than what you'll see with Polkadot and Cosmos, where these where parachains are used, and so a blockchain can develop a method, a process or system for plugging into these parachains and then connecting to Polkadot, but they're still isolated in the system. And so what Nervos is trying to do is make it so that users can access the Nervos network right from the internet, right from their mobile devices, right from their laptops, PCs, and access the entire digital asset ecosystem, this entire digital asset economy, without even realizing that there, no wallet, no seed phrases, no need for crypto wallets or anything. So the technology really behind this is for mass adoption, right? So not just for crypto users or people who are in the space, but bringing people in from the internet, from the mainstream. And so that's what I find to be most interesting about this, is that Nervos really is offering a solution that can really take blockchain technology and help it integrate into mainstream adoption. So I'm not going to go through all of this. You guys can check them out on their website, and that video clip is on the internet. It's on YouTube. It is called the How Nervos' Universal Passport Solves the Interoperability Conundrum by Nervos. Check this out when you guys have a chance. And this is a great. He goes through the Universal Passport, and it's in very easy to understand terms. So check this out on YouTube. And so I think that overall, and I know there's a lot of Nervos fans that watch this channel, and I'm just going to continue to focus on Nervos and whoever they're partnered with, because I truly believe in the project, and to be honest with you, it was one of the reasons why I started a YouTube channel, is because I just couldn't find anything about Nervos. You search it on YouTube, there's just nothing out there. So that was one of the reasons why I started to just, I figured I would just make a channel then, and so I really appreciate your support out there, and for everybody who leaves comments and stuff like that. I really appreciate you guys, and I will always try to answer your questions. You can always post questions to my Reddit. So my Reddit is OnChain-Analysis, and you guys can come and post any questions you want, and I will definitely address them on the channel. Make a video about it, and address any questions you guys have. You can hit me up in comments in YouTube as well. That's fine. But yeah, you can check me out on Reddit or on Twitter. And so Nervos Network, we're doing big things. So one thing you can remember, and I'm hoping we'll hear an announcement about this soon. Polyjuice, a 100% EVM compatible Ethereum on CKB solution. So Polyjuice is an Ethereum on CKB solution, which means developers can port their existing apps running on Ethereum right to the CKB with minimal effort. Polyjuice is not just an EVM compatibility layer, but a general account model. In the long run, it can achieve more virtual machine environments compatible with more public chains based on the account model. This means that developers on other chains can migrate their app to CKB, and they will not incur too much development cost due to code migration or need to write a new set of code for the same logic. So one of the amazing things that Nervos did is they made their cryptographic proofs interchangeable with any language. So it's just amazing. So it's a technology we don't see very often, and they took the time to do it and make sure it worked. And so this solution is going to allow any blockchain to plug right into the CKB, and they'll be able to store their information and data right on CKB. And so every time a project stores data or is using space on the common knowledge base layer on Nervos, their layer 1, that will increase the price of CKB. So as we start to see more and more user adoption, as Cardano integrates with Force Bridge right to Nervos, the value of CKB will start to increase exponentially. And we're already seeing that take place right now. The prices, even when Bitcoin crashes, CKB doesn't move that much. I mean, it goes down, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't move like some of these other coins. Some of these other coins dump into the toilet. But CKB, it pretty much holds strong. And I do think that this coin is going to be, is really going to prove itself over the next couple of months and years. So keep your eye out. I will keep mine, and I will keep you guys updated on developments. I've got an inside. I finally got an inside person on the hackathon, so I'm putting together some information for you guys on what's been going on behind the scenes over there with GitHub, and they're brought in the Spectrum hackathon. So I will keep you guys updated if I hear anything, and I am going to the Cardano summit, so I will be supporting Cardano. I volunteered to help support the Cardano team for the summit, and so I will be over there, and hopefully Nervos will be there, and I will be able to catch up with those guys and get an inside in person interview going on with with Nervos. I don't know, we'll see, but I'm gonna try. I am a persistent little bastard. So all right, guys, have a great night, and I will see you in the morning.